So you bought some cards, mix of raw and slabs, or maybe got your first batch of PSC returns and ready to sell. Everyone says put the stuff on eBay as it has a larger audience and you're all set to list and sell your items on your own. But is this really the best way? It depends. Let's find out. What's up YouTube, Card Boss here. We talk about everything cards, money, investing. Alright, let's go. There are more than 42 million sports cards related items on sale at eBay at any given time. 42 million. As we all know, eBay is the largest platform to list cards, but it's not the only one out there, with plenty of other available options to move your cards like StarStock, MySlabs, social media, and other big auction houses operating outside of eBay. But that's not the purpose of today's video. Today we're discussing the differences between listing on eBay yourself or going through an eBay consignment house. Firstly, this is not a pro versus con video. I'm merely going to state some facts, but will share my preferences that works for me, which may or may not work for you. Secondly, any qualitative experiences from using either of these services are my own, which may differ for other people. Now that's out of the way, let's get to the meat. If you call yourself a sports card investor and you haven't sold anything on eBay, be it by yourself or through consignment, I believe you're doing it all wrong. Now, I'm not saying you should sell everything or exclusively on eBay, but eBay is a vast marketplace that it's such an important tool that's easily at your disposal. So I'm not going to touch on the steps on listing on eBay, but highlight things that you should already probably know. eBay is the largest sports card marketplace. While listing on eBay may seem intimidating at first, but there's a lot of content out there, sports card specific, that can help you list your cards better and be more visible. Perhaps also subtle differences to help you fetch a higher price. eBay, of course, charges a fee to use your service, and with managed pay service already rolled out, you are looking at roughly 12 to 15% fees overall, depending on the final value of your item. But it doesn't stop there. Aside from production of the listing, there's fulfillment, i.e. packing, shipping. Also, there's a wait for everything to get done and get feedback, followed by watching out for returns. And believe me, there's lots of shady returns excuses. eBay has put in place new policies to curb this, but we'll see its effectiveness in the coming months. So let's sum it up. Number one, do everything yourself, meaning photography, listing information, posting, packing, shipping, etc. Number two, 12 to 15% fees taken off. And finally, dealing with returns, both genuine and dodgy. Also, it's important to point out that seller account feedback plays an important role to determine if your product can sell well. Everyone starts from zero, so don't expect you to get those high numbers the first day you set up shop. People are just skeptical about scams. So there are tips out there on how you can build your feedback quickly, but you want to get to a point where your seller's reputation is rock solid. The service is in the name, consign. Basically, you send your cards to them, they take care of the rest, for a fee of course. It's not just a fee that differentiates these consignment houses. There's quality of service, marketplace presence, promotion activities, and very importantly, speed of payment. It's important to note that these consignment houses also operate within eBay platform. So meaning, if you're doing your own self-listings, you're technically competing with these consignment houses, which has a very expensive list of daily inventory. And because of that, buyers can save a lot on shipping by just shopping on one or two of their favorite houses, as opposed to picking up cards from multiple sellers and pay shipping individually. Naturally, consignment houses are as good as only as the quality of the inventory which they consign. So you see some stark differences in the inventory offered between these houses. Also, don't be confused with auction houses like Goldin, Heritage, and Memory Lane. While they do consignment, they are operating outside of eBay and play a different set of rules. We're only focused on eBay consignment houses today. So let's look at a few prominent names in the market. There is PWCC, Probstein 123, 4 Sharp Corners, DC Sports 87, to some extent COMC, and many others. I'm going to talk and compare the two services I use personally, which is PWCC and Probstein. I'll talk about Probstein first because their services and mode of operations are rather similar to like 4 Sharp Corners and the rest. It's a few simple steps. First, you email them the cards you want to consign with them. Second, you ship the cards. And third, you wait to get paid. Of course, in between, Probstein will curate your cards, list them, sell, and ship, plus collect the payment and remit everything to you net of their fees and commission. Probstein and other consignment houses manages the listing production as well as the fulfillment, and also manage customer matters like returns. It saves you a lot of headache and time, and of course at a price. Consignment houses also deal with international buyers, which I know some direct eBay sellers are not willing to entertain the idea for cross-border transactions. Hence, this opens a wider market for your inventory. While this all sounds great from an ease perspective, you don't actually have any control of what's going on once the cards has been shipped out to the consignor, and that's where PWCC has some differences. PWCC is perhaps the largest consignment house operating within eBay. There's 3 levels of service aside from the premium auctions: the monthly auctions, the marketplace, and the vault. Each of these services operates slightly differently, but the fees are generally the same. PWCC Vault Marketplace is extremely useful to time the auctions at your discretion after the cards has been curated by PWCC. This is a feature other consignment houses doesn't offer. In addition, PWCC has a strict no-return policy, so once an item is paid to your account, it's yours. With Probstein, you're exposed somewhat to returns and relistings, so there might be future surpluses or shortfalls depending on how the deal ended up on Probstein's end. It's a hassle from accounting and cash flow wise, but Probstein has a number of small advantages over PWCC aside from the fees and commission. With Probstein, you're able to curate listings, whether as individual cards, sets, or lots, similar to how you would do your own listings, whereas this service is not available in PWCC. This allows you a little more control on how you want to package your listings, because in some instances, it might be better selling as lots as opposed to individual cards. Probstein have similar rules and prices on both raw cards and slabs, whereas PWCC has extra set of rules and prices for non-slab cards. In other words, if you're going slabs, you got options, but for raw cards, you generally want to go with Probstein. Both PWCC and Probstein has newsletter alerts on key listings, which is helpful from a seller standpoint that just adds the marketing touch on your items. On eBay, you are restricted to their promotional tools, which in my experience isn't as effective and worth paying extra for. So after rambling about consignment houses and all the benefits from it aside from extra fees, why bother selling on eBay on your own? Think for experienced sellers with strong eBay accounts, the level of control over your own listings ranks above all. Technically, if you're operating like a small business owner, it makes more sense to keep your inventory and your processes close to you rather than to rely on a third party. You probably have your own secret sauce on how to market and promote your cards through your own eBay account, whereas consignment houses have fixed templates and limited photos, which can hamper the final outcome. Some of you will start thinking about whether are consignment houses risk-free, and they are certainly not. I've had cards gone missing, thankfully of not high value. Incidents are remote, but it does happen. So one side tip would be to ensure you document everything in detail of what gets shipped out on consignment. For example, if you are sending slabs, do spend an extra 5 seconds to document down the slab number in case of a dispute later on. So there you have it. What I just shared is not to compare one service to the other, but hope the information gives you an insight on how you can plan your selling strategies on eBay. Personally, I actually use a combination for reasons that fit my strategies, and it's been working well until today. So if you guys like this video and found it very useful, do like and subscribe for more content in the future. I will be putting up similar videos, so do watch out for that. Thanks and have a great day.